What's the point? Why even do the review? You already know. You already know what I'm gonna say. If you already saw the show, you don't need to see this review. What you need to do is find the closest person next to you and show them this show. This is the kind of show that turns non-wrestling fans into wrestling fans. This is the kind of show when we're all grown up and we're talking to our grandchildren, we're in our rocking chairs, dentures, gray beard. Some of us have these wizard beards going all the way down to here, fat bellies. We have a grandson on this leg, a granddaughter on this leg, and we're back in my day. We watched NXT Takeover. That was the greatest thing we ever seen. Seriously, this is the kind of show that will remind us, once and for all, why we are wrestling fans. And I am proud to be up here to talk about that show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your boy, Deluxe Man's live NXT Takeover Brooklyn IV review and results. I had a super chat put up before the show, so I am going to go back and listen to it. I should be able to play it here, I think. Maybe. Usually this stuff ends up playing. Oh, I guess I can't play it, so I'll just read it. The Dark Ace donated $10, by the way. Thank you so much. Here's what he said. The main event, along with the whole damn pay-per-view, was just absolutely brilliant. The whole main roster can't touch this. NXT TakeOver. Any main roster pay-per-views every single day. Okay, so he meant to say NXT TakeOver can beat any main roster pay-per-view any single day. Listen, I understand that your boy has come across as that mark, and I hate that term, mark, I really do, but whatever. Call me whatever you want. I might come across as an NXT mark. Every show I come up here and talk about, I'm praising. I'm giving credit to. Okay, that's fine. Do me a favor. To all the people out there that don't think this show is as good as I think it is. Okay, that's fine. Find me a better show. No, that's fine. Like, find me a better show. Find me one show. WCW, WWE, I don't care. ROH. Whatever wrestling company you think put on a better show than this show, find it for me. I will watch it and I will judge it. Legit. I implore you to try and find me a better show.
You hear Alexa Bliss versus Trish Stratus at Evolution.
I heard about that. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, but quick thoughts about it real quick, I suppose. I guess that means Alexa's not carrying the belt. Uh-oh.
Haven't been on a live stream in like 3 months. Good to be back. Keep up the great work, and please tell us how great this show was. Can't wait.
I appreciate that, man. Someone just said WrestleMania 17. Okay, so the greatest pay-per-view in history. Congratulations. What else you got? So WrestleMania 17, like literally. Okay, we got some Wrestle Kingdom shows. Shows that I have not seen, so I'll have to check them out. Okay, so other than Wrestle Kingdom, what is it, Wrestle Kingdom 10? Wrestle Kingdom 10 and WrestleMania 17, which both are just like incredibly amazing shows. Although WrestleMania 17 I would put over Wrestle Kingdom 10. I don't even know what else I can say at this point. I just left this show feeling so freaking happy. And that is what matters. Ladies and gentlemen, super chats all day. Bring them on.
Takeover never disappoints.
It hasn't yet. We have yet to get one bad takeover. And it doesn't look like we're going to get one anytime soon. The thing about takeovers, the thing about NXT that the main roster does not do, the whole point of NXT is to be what I feel wrestling is supposed to be aiming for. This, to me, looking at the next generation, that's what it's called. NXT is the next generation. When you think next generation, you think the future. You watch this show and you go, that's the future. That is the future of wrestling. And it pisses me off that we get all these talents to do all this crap on NXT, create these amazing moments, create these amazing shows, showing WWE what should be their future. Then they go to the main roster and it's all taken away from them because it's not what they want. They don't want the future. The main roster does not want the future. The main roster wants the past. The main roster wants the 80s. The main roster is stuck. And I'll even say maybe mid-90s, which was one of the worst periods in wrestling history. But they don't see the future. They can't comprehend the future because they're out of touch. They're old and senile. And we're watching all these talents show us what could be wrestling nowadays.
This takeover gave me chills at every match.
Every match. Every single match. I think we can all agree the weaker match, the weakest match, was Velveteen Dream versus EC3. Doesn't mean it was a bad match. It was a good match. It would probably be match of the night on any episode of Raw. Think about that. What would have been match of the night on any episode of Raw this year was the weakest match on this card. I just put that into perspective for you. Guys, I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just get to my usual pre-show stuff and get right into the card. As you guys know, if this is the first time you're watching your boy Alyx, man, do yourself a favor. Like the video and subscribe. Catch future broadcasts like NXT Takeover Brooklyn IV. And of course, tomorrow will be Summerslam 2018. You can also do yourself a favor. If you want to be a part of Alyx Man's brand, you can like me on Facebook. Be a part of future Q&As and catch all wrestling updates. Follow me on Twitter and tweet along with me for future NXT takeovers, cause goddamn, if they're as good as this show, you want to catch my reactions on Twitter.
They want 80s, 90s, and 2000s. They don't want 2010s.
They don't. So follow me on Twitter. You can donate using Super Chat, like Oh Yeah, Mr. Krabs just did. You can also use Patreon or PayPal, whatever suits you. But most importantly, you can buy yourself a Alyx Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. Roll call. Roll call. Who's here? Who is here in the live chat? We got Braun Strowman. Strowman, I hope you beat Kevin Owens tomorrow, and I hope you cash in, boy. I'm Your Dad Kid 25. Will Korn. JCT. Sonic X WWE The King. Jay. Brando 17. AJ Envoy. The KD Show. Ultra Shadow 97. Joseph Winters. Alaska. Martin Braun. The Dark Ace. Hellraiser. Cyber HD. Sammy B. Alyx Man's son. Apparently I have a son. Stab Studios. Mad Money Mo. Kaide. Gatorix, excuse me. Thomas. Ooh, it's going fast. Mark Levin. Jan Stacks. Polo Dos Solo. Jay Knox. Doug this is a new one. Doug Tarnovian. Close enough. Bradley Xavier. TLB the Fly Guy. Pikachu Black. Nathan the Noob. Star Wars fan. Jake Selig. Cyber Wolf. Kenny Potter. Godzilla Hawk. MMG. Shane McKeever. Benny Brockington. What's up? James E. McMillan. Zeno Hour. Joe James. Couple more. Cameron Pascal. Eric Gonzalez. Lee Clown. Can't even pronounce it. Not even gonna go for it. And last one. Little Matt 825. Thank you everybody for joining me for this live broadcast. I look forward to getting your thoughts on the show as soon as I'm done. And of course, while you're here in the live chat, give me your thoughts on the show, how you felt about it, what was your favorite match, and everything down below. I can't wait to get your reactions. And the super chats are coming in like crazy.
The scariest moment of the show, reading the back of Velveteen Dream's tights. Confounded face.
We'll talk about that in a second. So, let's get to it. We open up NXT Takeover Brooklyn IV with the Tag Team Championship match. Tag Team Champions Undisputed Era. That's Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong taking on Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate. So, these guys have had plenty of tag matches this year alone, over the last month even. To me, their best one.
Let's see if Bryan vs. Miz will be able to catch Ciampa vs. Gargano. They will have a hard time doing so, but I think Bryan requested creative control over the feud as a stipulation to resign his contract.
I mean, yeah, I would think. You think it would be a done deal with Bryan resigning with WWE, though? He's too connected to the company.
Shayna Baszler best women's match behind WM34 in 2018.
So many great matches, but let's just stick to the tag match right now. So, getting back to my thoughts on the tag match, these two teams have had plenty of matches this year. However, I personally feel their best match was at NXT UK during the UK tournament. That tag team championship match was an instant classic. That was absolutely fantastic. This one was fantastic as well. Matter of fact, their NXT championship match on NXT was fantastic. All their matches, awesome tag matches. But I personally feel their best match was at NXT UK. With that said, I thought these two teams tore it up. I thought Brooklyn was hot. That crowd in Brooklyn was hot for this show all freaking night. I think the actual number is 14,446. Not bad. Not a bad attendance, actually. It was loud. And I think it made this match just come across so good. I loved every moment of this match. I love the callback to their second match. When Tyler Bate threw in the towel, we had a moment in the match when Kyle O'Reilly had, I don't know what submission that was. It was this heel hook, like a modified heel hook on Tyler Bate. And Trent Seven was going to throw in the towel just like Tyler Bate did, but then he stopped himself. Love that callback. I love those continuity details. It's those small details that turn matches from just an average or a good to great match to an amazing match. Storytelling is my drug. I love storytelling, and that's the kind of stuff that gets me. But I thought all four of them did some crazy things. You had the typical Tyler Bate strongman spot where he did the giant swing with an airplane spin. That was crazy. He did a freaking dive over the top rope and then ricocheted off the ropes to hit a clothesline. Incredible stuff. Just a lot of crazy spots. I even love the near falls. There was that one moment in the match I thought Mustache Mountain had Undisputed Era beat. Because they usually win matches with that double team finisher. Don't even know what it's called. But he had him in an Argentina backbreaker. We see Tyler Bate come up the top rope, drop his knee on his forehead, and then we see Trent Seven fall with the finisher. Usually that would win them the match. But the Undisputed Era kicked out, to our shock. And then freaking Roderick Strong came in with that running knee. And then the Undisputed Era end up retaining in a fantastic opener. Oh my goodness. When I saw that opener, I already just went, we're in for a hell of a show. We're in for a hell of a show. Now, let's just get something straight here. NXT has been known to giving us really good openings just like this. Do I think this is the best opening in NXT history? Not really. I still think right now that still is owned by NXT TakeOver New Orleans. However, this is probably the second best opening. This would be number 2. This is really good. This was an awesome tag match. So moving on to a few appearances from special guests. So we had Mark Henry and Kevin Owens ringside. Kevin Owens used to be a part of NXT. He debuted on NXT. And Mark Henry is just visiting because he can. He's a Hall of Famer. He can do whatever he wants. Because that's what he do! But also in the crowd was Matt Riddle. Matt freaking Riddle was also in the audience, which I thought was great. It's good seeing him. They announced that he has signed with NXT, so he will be a part of the brand very soon. And also, just to rewind a little bit, after the Undisputed Era won, they did get attacked by the War Raiders, or War Machine, whatever you want to call them. They did get attacked, so the next time you see the Undisputed Era defend those belts, it will be against the War Raiders, which sounds great to me. Sounds awesome to me. Oh, Lord.
Ciampa vs. Gargano was so great. The crowd was so into it that they missed reacting on some points, making the match a bit worse than it could have been.
I disagree. I mean, yeah, the crowd, man, when you had so many crazy moments during this show, I can give the crowd a pass. Because I guarantee you by the time Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa hit, they were tired. Yo, I can't be that fan that shows up to NXT TakeOver, then SummerSlam, and then Raw the very next night. I can't. I'll be too tired. Because you have to go from this show, which already wore you out. They're already tired. Now you have to go from this show to SummerSlam, which is going to be 6 hours. Oh, God. 5 to 6 hours. And then you're going to go from SummerSlam to Monday Night Raw, which is 3 hours. Fans that do that, Seriously. But yeah, give me your thoughts on the opening match. And of course, how do you feel about the War Raiders going after the Undisputed Era? Next match, EC3 versus the Velveteen Dream. So everybody is going crazy over the attire worn by Velveteen Dream. And I think I can get a photo of it up. So let me see if I can find a photo. Oh, there it is. So essentially, Velveteen Dream has been known for doing really cool entrances for any takeover. And for this particular takeover, he came up a la Rey Mysterio from the bottom of the stage. Loved it. I thought it was awesome. But what I really liked was his tights, and I swear I have it. So as I look for it, essentially, his tights had some letters in the back. And the letters read, "Call me up, Vince." which I know a lot of people are like, no. I know some of y'all is like, here it is, I found it. I know some of y'all, when y'all saw that, you're like, no, don't get called up, don't do it. There it is right there. Let me go ahead and set this right. Okay, if I was to move this like this, we should be good. There it is. Okay, so as you can see, maybe I can zoom in a little bit. There it is. Call me up, Vince. Yeah, I know a lot of fans saw that and went, no, no, don't go. And honestly, look, I think we can all agree. Like, if we're gonna be unbiased, I do agree that Velveteen Dream has been main roster ready for the longest time. But I'm sorry, I don't think the main roster is ready for Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream, you are ready for the main roster. They're not ready for you. They will not use you right. They will mistreat you. They will make you a joke. We thought Tyler Breeze was main roster ready. And now Tyler Breeze is going on Twitter talking about, I'm just happy to get paid and feed my family. Is that going to be you, Velveteen Dream? Are you going to lose your hunger like Tyler Breeze did? Are you going to be like Tyler Breeze? You shouldn't. Stay on NXT, bruh. Matter of fact, listen to Notorious.
I am afraid that Velveteen Dream will be called up, and I know he will do well for a bit. But then he will get lost in the shuffle like Tyler Breeze did.
And I'm sorry, that's usually what happens to NXT talent unless you're Kevin Owens. But yeah, that is something I'm afraid of. Velveteen Dream, by all means, should kill it on the main roster, but I don't think they're going to use him well. I'm scared of what they'll do with Velveteen Dream. I'm terrified they won't use him right. But if he's going to be called up, fingers crossed that they'll at least get it right. They've been doing very well with Ronda Rousey, so maybe they'll get something right with Velveteen Dream. I don't know. I'm having hope. I have hope, guys, but okay. Anyways, let's get to the match itself. As I said, the weakest match on the card, but it was still good. I thought EC3 and Velveteen Dream especially worked very well. EC3 is a joy to watch. He has such a contagious energy to him. It's really hard to be bored of him. I do believe what he did with Velveteen Dream, for the most part, would have been the best match on any given Raw. Like, if they would have had this match on an episode of Raw, it would be match of the night. Seriously, it would be the match of the night. Especially considering the Raws we got this year, absolutely, it would be match of the night. It's just, for this particular night, it had to go up against 3 classics. And that's okay. You had your moment. You guys did a good job. The crowd loved you. EC3 did his thing. Say my name! EC3! 1%! Still, the right person went over. Velveteen Dream beats EC3, as he should. And that's all I gotta say about that. Do not go up to the main roster. If you have to give this man a championship shot to keep him on NXT, do it. Do not go up. Do not go up to the main roster. Next up is a super chat, apparently. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He did have a hole in his tights.
So, Dream pulling an AJ with a hole in his tights.
Forgot to mention that. He did have a hole in his tights. I saw that. That was... that's interesting. But accidents happen. How did y'all feel about Velveteen's hole in his tights? Alright, let's get to it. The first of 3 classics. North American Championship. We got Ricochet, aka Prince Puma, taking on, say it with me, Adam Cole, baby! Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, this match was insane. Oh Lord, I agree.
Calling Velveteen Dream versus EC3 the weakest match on the card is like saying The Two Towers is the worst Lord of the Rings movie in the trilogy.
Yeah, that is a great example. Welcome, Brandon. I actually like that analogy. That's really good. Great comparison, by the way. Alright. Yeah, North American Championship. This match was insane. The best way I can describe this is by reading a tweet. And I would get the guy's name, but I saw a tweet that said, this is a PWG match on NXT. It essentially was a PWG match. One of their better matches at that. So a PWG match on NXT. Only difference is it's in front of 15,000. These two tore it up. This is one of the best NXT matches I have ever seen. And it makes Summerslam look like Summer Scam. Or Summer Sham. The moment of the match that everybody is going to be talking about for the rest of the year, for years to come, was a moonsault done by Ricochet. It was going to be a lion salt. You know how Chris Jericho does the springboard moonsault, going for the lion salt? Well, Ricochet goes to do that, right? He comes halfway, rotation, in midair. Adam Cole super kicks his head, and the man does like a freaking 360 in the air. He super kicked him in thin air off of a lion salt. I cannot make this up. It is one of the greatest counters to a lion salt, to a moonsault, springboard moonsault. I don't care what you call the move. It is one of the greatest counters I have ever seen. It was gorgeous. And that was just one of the craziest parts. Because there are so many crazy parts that happened tonight. But that is a moment that people are going to be talking about for years to come. I don't even know where to follow up with that. We had all kinds of crazy things. Freaking Ricochet did a flying hurricanrana over the top rope to send Adam Cole to the outside. Of course, you had the typical 630. You had the typical flying uppercuts. You had Adam Cole doing his Adam Cole, baby, signature taunt.
That moonsault, super kick counter, Jesus.
Absolutely. I even like this comment from Culture Shock. That super kick in and of itself was 5 stars. It absolutely was. Oh yeah, man. This match was a match that established 2 things. And those 2 things are Adam Cole and Ricochet. Adam Cole, when he moves up, he's going to take over. He's going to own the show. If they keep him on NXT, and then when they give him the championship down the line, I'm cool with that too. But Adam Cole is going to take over. Literally take over. Pun intended. When he gets that main roster. Because he is so good. And Ricochet, once and for all, showed me that he is the future. Someone like Ricochet is not going to be appreciated in this climate. Because this climate is too pig-headed. It's too old school bound. It's too I don't even know the right word to describe it. I'm sorry, but it's too out of touch. That's the best way to go for it. It's too out of touch. It's people who are stuck in how things used to work, who can't get past it to appreciate what is the future. Because it's moves like this, it's matches like this that is going to draw you a whole new audience. I feel like if I was to show this to the casual viewer and the Only Florence, who are coming over tomorrow, by the way, they would want to watch more of this. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is when I'm done recording this, I'm going to go back. I'm going to probably re-record that one moment where Adam Cole super kicked Ricochet on my phone and posted on their Facebooks just to get their reactions. Because I'm very curious to see what they would say. But yeah, absolute classic. Definitely one of the best NXT matches I've seen. And we follow that match up with another one, but let's pull back real quick. Ricochet wins the North American Championship. Round of applause to Ricochet. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he won. I think for him, this is only the beginning.
The super kick actually hit his neck, not his head, making it even more brutal. Morrow pointed that out beautifully.
Oh, okay. Well, see, what happened was when I saw it, this is what happened. Let me give you a visual representation of what happened. So I'm watching it, right? The moment happens, oh, God! So, that literally is what happened. So if he did kick his neck, I might have to go back and rewatch that. But I'm sorry, yeah, he kicked his neck. It's even more brutal then. So it's a lot more brutal than I thought it was. Great. So we follow that awesome moment up. Ricochet wins the North American Championship. It's only the beginning. If we're going to establish him as the future, this is the best way to do it. So we're going to follow that classic up with another freaking classic. Women's Championship. Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. In 2015, Bayley and Sasha had their first NXT Classic. And now, we have a super chat.
When Ricochet jumped over the top rope and DDT'd Adam Cole from the apron to the floor. Outside had me screaming. I needed to walk it off, lol.
I understand. I understand, buddy. It was just crazy. Alright, but in 2015, Bayley and Sasha had their classic. And now in 2018, I can honestly say Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler was able to meet that standard. Another wrestling classic from two amazing women, excuse me. And where do I start? First off, I love the aggression shown by Kairi Sane in this match. I loved the way Shayna Baszler just picked apart Kairi's leg. There was a moment in the match where Shayna had Kairi in like this Indian deathlock, and she was wrenching her leg in a way that looked like it wasn't supposed to be bent that way. And then she took the back sole of her foot, put it on the mat, and she stomped it. It looked like she broke her ankle, bro. Shayna Baszler is a beast. But so is Kairi Sane, who did awesome selling the injury, who showed a little bit of that New Japan strong style, which I appreciated. I love that. But without question, this is literally one of the best female matches this year. Might be the best female match this year. I think by the end of the year, I might give best female match to Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. It is that good. And the ending just takes it to a whole new level. It really does. It takes it to a level that I don't even think would have been possible if they didn't end it the way they did. So, we have Kairi Sane going for multiple super chats. Yes, Kairi Sane apparently has a lot of money and she's donating super chats. So.
I am not joking, this was just announced. Alexa Bliss vs Trish Stratus is set for Evolution. And spoiler alert, she will lose tomorrow night. Check Twitter.
I already heard about it, and I already predicted she would lose. So we basically just spoiled Alexa Bliss's match, which I don't think they care. They care about Evolution, so that's main roster for you. You won't see that happen. Well, maybe on NXT because, it's taped, so unfortunately they can't help it. But WWE can help it. They don't need to spoil their shit, but they do because they don't care. Favorite point of the match was the ending, really. So Kairi Sane is going for multiple elbow drops. She hits, I think, 2. One in the back of Shayna, one in the front of Shayna. And Shayna kicks out to our shock and dismay. And then she hooks on that freaking Pirate's anchor. That little bridge, cross-legged Boston Crab finisher. But she does it across the ropes, which looked even more devastating. Eventually, she had to break the hold, and Shayna Baszler locks in the Kirifuda clutch. And I love that when she locked it in, we see Kairi inches away from the ropes. She goes to reach for it, and then she faints. And just when the referee goes to call it, she grabs the ropes. I just love that. That was really, really cool. That was a really cool nail-biting moment. But the best part was at the end, when Kairi was going for another insane elbow. And Shayna gets the knees up. She throws her knees up and catches Kairi on the arm, which I thought looked sick. And then she goes to pick her up and lock in the Kirifuda clutch one more time. And that's when Kairi donates another super chat. Yeah, apparently these are all from Kairi.
Just retweet a gift from the super kick to you.
I appreciate it. There was no need for that because I already had a tweet or a gif of it. So, thank you though. But the match ends when Kairi Sane counters the Kirifuda clutch into classic Bret Hart versus Austin maneuver from Survivor Series 1996. A nice roll up to pin Shayna Baszler and win her first women's championship. I felt happy seeing Kairi win. That was a really good moment. A feel-good moment. And you know what? It doesn't even hurt Shayna that she lost this. The greatest matches are the ones where no one comes out looking like they lost any momentum. Because the match was so good, both women came out looking strong.
Trish versus Alexa needs to be a bra and panties match.
Ah, really? Dude, really? Come on, it's 2018. How dare you? Me and you both know it needs to be a nightgown match. No, I'm just joking. No, for real. We'll talk about that later, honestly, because I really don't care at this point. I'm not gonna lie, but maybe I might, depending on how I would like it to be. But we'll talk about that tomorrow for Summerslam. But Kairi winning her championship was awesome. It made me feel good. It made me feel like, it made me feel like if you work hard enough, your dreams can come true. No, I'm just joking. No, for real, it did give me a good feeling. And she earned it. Kairi deserved that championship win. Which, if you think about it this way. The point I was going to make before the super chat was this idea that you can lose a match and still look strong. The best matches do that. Shayna, to me, looked absolutely like a beast. She came out looking stronger in this match than she did going in. It takes a classic to do that. Think about Bayley versus Sasha in 2015. Because to me, Sasha went into that match pretty good. I was like, Sasha is really good at her role. And she came out of that match looking like the best female wrestler in the world next to Bayley. I feel like this match makes Shayna look like an absolute beast, while at the same time giving Kairi that shine as the new women's champion. I cannot wait to see what they do with Shayna. You know they gotta do a rematch. Oh, you know we're getting a rematch between Shayna Baszler and Kairi Sane. You know it. You know we gotta get a rematch, right? I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for that rematch. But, unfortunately, it won't be happening soon, because Kairi will be carrying that belt to Evolution. And so now, we have to talk about who's gonna face Kairi. Honestly, with the way things are looking, we might be getting Io Shirai versus Kairi Sane for the NXT Women's Championship at Evolution. I'm going to say that again. It's looking like we might get Kairi freaking Sane, or Kairi Hojo, versus Io Shirai at Evolution for the NXT Women's Championship. That screams main event. That will make me want to watch the show. Like, we can have all these terrible matches, Trish Stratus versus Alexa Bliss. We can have all these matches on there, but quite frankly, that match alone is going to carry the show. Io Shirai versus Kairi Sane. Take my freaking money. Let's go, man. Let's go. But yeah, classic. And then following that feel-good moment, we get the main event. We get what is going to go down as the rivalry of the year, having their third match. The first match, unsanctioned. Second match, street fight. Third match, last man standing. NXT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. These two just continue to blow my freaking mind with how good these matches are. Every time I think they can't top themselves, every time I start to think that these two can't be better than the matches they had before, they prove me wrong.
Trish Stratus versus Charlotte or Sasha would be beater.
Beater. Well, yeah, for real, it would be better. Like, legit. Trish and Charlotte is a dream match. Trish and Sasha is an amazing match I would pay good money to see, too. But now we gotta get Alexa and Trish, which is, again, whatever. Anyways, Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Matches like this make me happy to be a wrestling fan. Matches like this are the kind of matches that remind me of what it was like when I didn't know how wrestling worked. Remember those days when you were just a person watching wrestling, you just saw these guys inside the ring, you might have known it was scripted, you might have felt and figured out that it was not real, but you didn't care. And that's the beauty of it. You don't care because you're immersed in the story. You're immersed in the action. You're immersed in the drama. What makes Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa the best rivalry of 2018, not only are they awesome at being great wrestlers, the wrestling by itself is top notch. We can just go off of that alone. But these two were able to add in the storytelling. Small moments like Gargano bringing in a crutch. The addition of the crutch just makes the matches even more special because it just ties back to Tommaso Ciampa having to use one for 9 months. And of course him using one in their first match at New Orleans. But even the small moments where Gargano grabbed Tommaso Ciampa by the beard and then waved at him. I just love those moments. Even Gargano taking Tommaso Ciampa up to the top of the ramp and throwing his face into the stage, a la Tommaso Ciampa's heel turn back in 2017. My goodness. It's small moments like that that get me. I love the continuity of those storytelling moments because they make me feel awesome. They make me feel like this freaking feud actually feels, it could feel real. We have to remember the whole point of these wrestling matches is to immerse you in what they're doing. To make you forget that this is scripted. To make you forget that this is not supposed to be real. You feel like it's real. And I love everything they did. From freaking Gargano doing a hangman DDT on the exposed ring, a la Ciampa doing the exact same thing to him at the last takeover, to take over Chicago to win that match, to the introduction of the handcuffs, to, oh my goodness, freaking backstabber the powerbomb backstabber, or the powerbomb lung blower, which again, you can use that as a drawback to their Cruiserweight Classic match. He did 3 of them in a row. But oh my goodness, I can be up here just calling back everything continuity wise that this match gave me.
Gargano versus Ciampa, Hell in a Cell to end this feud.
Seriously, but I'm sorry, it's the small details like that that just took this match to a whole new level. And then we talk about the ending. So after all this craziness, after crutches and steel chairs, and I mean crazy stuff, Gargano did a freaking long dart where he tossed he tossed himself, yeah. Gargano tossed Tommaso Ciampa headfirst into a steel chair that was, placed in the corner. And then we got freaking Tommaso Ciampa doing a running knee with the chair, knocking Gargano through the barricade. All these crazy moments happened on this show. But the moment that people are talking about is the ending. We see Tommaso Ciampa backing up. He's backing up on the ramp. Gargano is chasing him. He's angry. He's seething. We see the callback to when Tommaso Ciampa threw Gargano into the stage. Gargano throws him into the stage. And then he handcuffs him to the side of the stage where he can't get up. We see Tommaso Ciampa begging, I'm sorry, Johnny. I'm sorry. Classic heel stuff. I love it. He's even, massaging, feeling on his face, trying to tug at his heartstrings, because he knows Johnny still cares. He knows Johnny's a good person. I'm sorry, Johnny. And Johnny's like, no, I hate you. You sorry. Super kick. And then, to finish him off, Gargano was going for a super kick, and then he puts his hands down. He raises his knee pad, and instead goes for Tommaso Ciampa's running knee. Sweet, sweet revenge. Unfortunately, when Gargano hits Ciampa with the knee, he ends up falling off the stage and hitting his knee up against some metal crates. And I guess whether it's storyline, it feels like a storyline injury, or it could be real, but it was announced that he fractured his kneecap. So Gargano will now be walking around on a crutch. Isn't that something? Ain't that crazy how this is all coming around? Regardless, Gargano is down. He can't walk. The referee's counting, and I'm thinking to myself, it's going to end in a draw. Because I predicted that. I predicted a draw. So the referee's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tommaso Ciampa falls off the stage and inadvertently lands on his feet. 10. Ciampa wins. And one of the most slithering, heelish victories I have ever seen. That's a Triple H kind of ending.
Ciampa vs. Gargano, 3 Stages of Hell. Final match is an I Quit match inside Hell in a Cell.
So as you guys know, and thank you Nick for bringing this up, the way that match ended, you had to know we're getting another super chat. Yeah, you had to know we're getting another super chat.
Gargano, Ciampa series equals Attitude Era fan service wrapped in a 2018 indie style bow green heart. However, I was really looking forward to that triple threat.
I gotta be honest, I'm kind of glad. I'm just going crazy with these super chats. Let's go. I mean, keep them coming.
Do you think Gargano, Ciampa is a double turn?
No, I think Ciampa is gonna be the resident heel, and he should stay the resident heel. But anyways, Tommaso Ciampa wins. He walks out as your new NXT champion. The slithering bastard. And that was such a Triple H ending too. That's the kind of way Triple H would win his matches. He loves that stuff. But Gargano, unfortunately, is now handicapped. Will be having to walk around on a crutch, just like Tommaso Ciampa did. So as you guys know, with the way that match ended, this ain't over. And I gotta be honest with you. I know people are, upset we didn't get the triple threat match. I'm actually glad we didn't. I am now glad we did not get that triple threat match, because we wouldn't have gotten this amazing classic. We can get it sometime down the line. We'll talk more about Aleister Black and who attacked him later on. But I just want to say this. We can't end it here. You and I both know they need one more match. Match number 4. And that's going to be Hell in the Cell. Hell in the Cell. This match, this feud, it warrants, it needs Hell in the Cell. Put these two in a cage and let them kill each other. This is the kind of match that deserves Hell in a Cell. This is the kind of match that warrants all the attention it could get. Matter of fact, this match is so good. This feud is so great. If I was WWE, this upcoming pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell, which is happening, in October? I would put these two on that show. I honestly would put Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa on that show and make that the main event of Hell in a Cell. That's how good this match is. This match is so good, it could be the main event of the main roster. It should be the main event of the main roster. But no, don't worry about that, because guess what? They'll get their own Hell in a Cell match at War Games, where it deserves to be. We gotta get one more. One more match. Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Hell in a Cell. And that will be the night Gargano wins. I feel good. I'm happy. See this smile? This is what it's all about. Wrestlers live for this. Wrestlers live for the smiles, because guess what? It means this. More of this will get you more of this. I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see how this storyline between Aleister Black and who attacked him turns out. Listen, I'm still thinking it's Cassius Ohno. I think Cassius Ohno attacked Aleister Black. Real talk. So, can't wait to see what happens with Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, because that's not over. Can't wait to see what Shayna Baszler does. What's she gonna do? She's not done with Kyrie. Who's gonna take on Velveteen Dream? Who's gonna take on EC3? Also, War Raiders taking on the Undisputed Era. And also, who's gonna be Ricochet's next opponent? NXT was able to take a show that I think is legendary, that we'll be talking about for years to come. But he's going to be able to live in infamy because of what show he's on, Ricochet. But NXT has been able to keep our interests. They've been able to maintain our fandom because of shows like this. And I still believe NXT is one of the greatest shows in wrestling history. NXT is one of the best wrestling shows ever. Ever. Period. So, give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about this show down below. And I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes reading your comments. So, favorite matches, favorite moments. Talk to me in the live chat. What do you guys want to see going forward here? Let's see. Nickname Mai says, a normal pinfall inside Hell in a Cell isn't enough for this feud. It needs a special stipulation that 100% guarantees the Ultimate winner. That's why he wants I Quit inside Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell I Quit match. Ooh. You know, we can do three stages of hell. I'm just saying. Ultra Shadow, how are you gonna have Hell in a Cell during War Games? What's wrong with that? I mean, you're already doing a cage match. Dude, you're gonna do a cage match, so why not just have them wrestle? I get what you're saying, because you're thinking, well, we already got the War Game cell, so why even do Hell in the Cell? Okay, but you already got the cage, just let them wrestle in that. You can have them wrestle with 2 rings, I don't care. Like, if you want to, fine. Like, put them inside the War Game cell. I just want a steel cage match, that's all. AJ Envoy, favorite moment of the X-Men was Kairi Sane's win. I love that girl, she's wafu. I agree. Stab Studios, best match is the main event, but I think it wasn't better than Chicago 2. Dude, honestly, all their matches have been classics, so if you want to prefer one over the other, I don't care, because they're all classics anyways. That's like saying I prefer Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker over Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin. They're both wrestling classics. Who cares? So I'm cool with it. Let's see here. Sammy B. Baszler versus Sane was so damn good. The ending made me jump out of my seat. Did it ever?
Maybe Bryan versus Miz could save SS, but I'm not sire.
I'm not sure either, bruh. I'm not sure either. Jake Salig, one ring can't contain Tommaso Ciampa and Gargano anymore, so it makes sense to put them inside War Games where there is 2 rings. Sounds good to me. Star Wars fan, match of the night was the NXT Championship, best match ever. SummerSlam won't beat this. Oh, hell no! So, going back to that spot where Ricochet got kicked by Adam Cole in the neck, right? SummerSlam is Ricochet, and NXT is Adam Cole. It's not going to happen. It ain't going to happen. But we all knew that, though. We all knew NXT TakeOver was going to be better than SummerSlam. We all knew that. Let's see here. Anthony Yates. Pro wrestling is about telling stories, and Gargano versus Ciampa are prime examples of this. Completely agree, bro. Well said. Joe James. Sane versus Baszler was a big step for the women. I feel like they've been underwhelming since Asuka's departure. Yeah, and I feel like they've been able to fill that hole, which I'm happy about. Knight Rider. Gargano Tommaso Ciampa has the best feud ever in WWE right now. Wow. Let's see here. Kyle. I don't much like Ciampa, but even I enjoyed that match. That just says a lot, man. I haven't heard your opinion on the War Raiders. Yeah, I love the War Raiders. I love War Machine. I've always been a fan of them. And I can't wait to see what they do with the Undisputed Era. I think that's going to be awesome. And if you're wondering why Mustache Mountain didn't win, it's because they need them on the NXT UK brand. That's exactly why they didn't win. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. A couple more, then I'm going to get out of here. John White, SummerSlam can't touch NXT. Absolutely. Chase Heidenreich, how about another match between Ricochet versus Dream for the title this time? I'm cool with it. Let's do it. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano should end in an Inferno match. In an Inferno match. Say that 3 times fast. In an Inferno match. Yeah, they could do an Inferno match. Alright. Let's get to it. Last one. Firestar Heart. As much as it ticked me off, I know it did its job. Johnny Gargano took himself out via wipeout to try and end Tommaso Ciampa. Did he ever? Like, I remember watching that My initial reaction when he did it was, oh, you dumbass. Like, for real, like, initially you see that and you go, what the hell, dude? You cost yourself the match. But then you think about it story-wise. This is the same man who took his wife's wedding band. His wife's wedding band, spit on it, and threw it into the audience. This is the same man who turned on him, broke his heart, because, and remember, he took a bullet for him. He took a freaking bullet for him, man. So I completely understand. Let's see here. Uh-oh, we got a super chat coming in. I completely understand why Gargano did it.
Am I the only one who thought the opener was the best match? And I've been a fan for 7 years. I'm happy you're still continuing videos to this day. What do you think will be the War Games match?
As I said, Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a steel cage, Hell in a Cell, or War Games. So, they gotta put him in a cage at War Games.
Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa needs a cage I quit match at Takeover and I know a lot of people don't want another one, but this will be the final one.
Oh, please. I seriously doubt that we got that many people asking for them not to wrestle no more. One more is fine. Last one, and that will be it. We need to enjoy this feud. Let me go ahead and end this podcast by saying this. Everyone within the sound of my voice, listen to me and listen good. You need to enjoy this. Y'all don't understand how good you got it. Let me recap. This year alone, every match Gargano has had has been an instant classic. You've gotten two takeover shows that could easily be seen as two of the best wrestling shows ever. Understand, what you are getting is what people would call defining parts of an era. And you know eventually this era is going to end. Because eventually they all have to move up. Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Gargano, Ciampa, Velveteen, Ricochet, EC3, Mustache. They all eventually have to move up. This era will eventually end. Understand that. Understand this era is going to end. So you need to be enjoying this. You need to get the most out of this while you still can. Do not take this for granted. Like I am right now. Like I am just sitting here and enjoying this. I love it. And I cannot wait to get more. So if they want to give you more, if they want to give you one more Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa match, I say bring it on. I say bring it on.
Undisputed Era versus Bate 7 done in Birch in War Games? Anyone?
Could get something else, but that sounds good to me. And yes, and let me just say this too. I understand we got new rosters. We got new people coming in. We got Matt Riddle. We got Keith Lee. You know, we got the Lucha Brothers. We could get Phoenix. We could get Seattle Medo, Shane Strickland. I understand that we got many people coming in. I'm not deaf. I'm not tone deaf. I understand that. Still, what you're getting won't last. So enjoy it while you can. And that is where I'm ending this review. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my a long 1 hour review. But if you didn't, feel free to tell me down below. But give me your thoughts about this show down below in the comments. If you watched it all, hashtag I watched it all. Again, what is your favorite match? How you feel about my rating? I look forward to getting your thoughts. So, tomorrow, I will be up here to live react throughout the entirety of SummerSlam. Live reactions for SummerSlam, and then right afterwards, we'll have the review. We'll have the casual viewer and the Only Florence here. So, catch you guys then. This is your boy, Deluxe Man, signing off right here in Deluxe Man's World. I love you. Peace out.